Hi guys, it's Nancy, and I'm playing some more with the new release from Catherine Pooler Designs. I have the Harvest Festival 6x6 pattern paper out. I pulled out these two designs, and this is actually what I'm thinking about for my card panel. It'll have a sliver of this and then the rest of this. And then I wanted to add some of these leaves, because one of the sentiments on here says, let's jump in the leaves, and I wanted to stamp out some of these leaves. But I don't like to stamp and then die cut. I'm a little lazy when it comes to that, so I have the matching dies here. So what I'm going to do is just trim this little acorn out of here. I think it's the acorn one. Okay. And I'm going to die cut first, and then I'm going to stamp. That way I'm not rearranging my tape and aligning everything. So I'm going to put all this into my Gemini Junior. Put a little piece of tape on here. I'm using Catherine Pooler's cardstock. See, we're just going to do that. And when I pull it out, look, they're already done. So now I can just mix and match the ones that I want. Without having to stamp and then individually tape each one. Now they're all done, and I could do a second pass. I also want to do a circle of with the this way round circle dies. So I thought I had get rid of it. Because I want to put that sentiment in there. Let's go jump in the leaves. So we're going to use the small circle out of there. And I'm going to take this off. So yeah, I'm a lazy card maker. The least amount of work that I can do, the better for me. All right, so I'm just going to cut this out. And then we're going to get to cutting the stamping and assembling here. Okay, so now I'm going to grab the stamp set and just start stamping away here. So that was something, you know, I think I got to do as a kid. But I think kids these days don't really get to do that as much. I think that the neighbors work so hard. I don't really have any leaves in my yard. We get some at the bottom of the yard. But I think the neighbors work so hard at raking up the leaves that if the kids jumped in them, they'll be a little irritated. So my kids, I don't think have done that. I think my son did when he was younger. I don't know if my daughter has or not. That might be something we have to explore this year. So I'm going to start with the sentiment. And I'm going to grab my new brown inks. I'm going to go with this dark. bringing all of the new inks into this. Okay, here we go. And again, the paper pack tells you what colors go with it, but you use what you want to use. Perfect. Set that aside to dry. And let's just stamp some leaves here. I'm going to bring my little waffle flower mat in here. This little mat comes in so handy when you're stamping. So it holds everything in place. It doesn't slide on my glass mat. So I can just bring them in. Figure out what's going to go where. Okay. And of course, you can do it the other way. You probably will line it up better if you stamp and then cut. But again, that's just fine. I'm just going to make a little pile here. And I'll wipe my stamp as I go. A little bit of Merlot on the top of that mushroom. And some over coffee on the bottom. See, that one's off, but you know what? I think we can flip that one over and do it again. I'm going to grab the darker. This is where I wish I had kept some of my mini inks, because that would come in handy here. Now this is going to be off alignment a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. Much better that time around. So I want to know from you guys, because I love reading your comments. What kind of fall traditions did you have when you were growing up? Are you one of those lucky kids that got to jump in the leaves? Did you help rake them up just so you can jump on them? I remember one year, my dad had raked up all the leaves. We had a big backyard with all these leaves. And that was ginger, by the way. And I'm going to take spiced and just kind of go around the edges with spiced. And my sister and I made like a little labyrinth out of leaves. And it was just fun crawling around on our stomach in the leaves. And I must have been about 6 years old. Because as I got older, I didn't like bugs and I didn't like outside. And so you would never catch me doing that because I was afraid of bugs and everything else. So it definitely was when I was younger. But I'll never forget that my dad raked up all the leaves and my sister and I jumped in them and played in them and then made this like little like maze around the yard. And it was a lot of fun. Like, I know we have a die cut for this one. Where is it? And I love, you know, obviously fall is coming up. And if you didn't know this about me, I do love pumpkin spice lattes. There, I did it again. It's a little off. That's okay. We'll tuck that behind. I'm a pumpkin spice latte girl. So yeah, I can't wait for that. And even though summer's not over yet, it's just been hot. The last couple summers have been really hot. So I'm looking forward to it cooling down a little bit. Just being able to hang out with the kids outside, sit on the patio, turn on the, we have a little propane fire pit out there. So we just sit around out there, staying warm. Just hanging out. Okay, I need to add some colors here. We got too many browns. I need some more green. Like this one. So oak leaves tend to turn from green to brownish, right? So we're going to add a little brown to this guy. Just a little bit. Just on the tips there. Pretty. I think we need some dark reds too. Is it this maple leaf? Maple leaves turn red, right? So we'll do some cranberry fizz. And I don't think that these are any tree specific, you know, they're just artsy. So you can make them any way you want, any color you want. And they do dry back and they will even themselves out. So for this acorn, I'm doing the bottom in Sandcastle. And then I'll grab icing on the cake and do the top of the acorn. Okay. Bring in some Sana, a little bit of yellow into this. Golden yellow. Okay. Only a couple more left to do. You just want to have fun. It's just relaxing to sometimes create something. I'll turn this into a thank you card later. A little bit of orange peel. Gonna add a little bit of cranberry. Now that's a little harsh, so we're gonna wipe that up a little bit. Just gonna take my towel and just dab a little bit at it. Oh, that's my best one. Star pupil right there. And then, you know what I found out, you guys, the other day? I thought these 3 little dots were berries. I think they fit into the mushroom. Look at that. Look at that. So you can put them in the mushroom if you want. I actually have a bigger dot. I'm just going to use this bigger dot. And I'm just going to stamp in there with some Merlot. Okay, we have one more little leaf here, and then we'll start jumping in leaves. Oh, where is? I didn't use the new buttercream. I'll use that. And we'll add a little orange peel to that. Okay, so we have our leaves all stamped out. Now it's just fun with assembly. Just gonna cut my paper down. Got my little pieces there. Bring my Fairly Arts glue in. So I'm going to cut this down to 1.5 inches. Just so we have a little bit of contrast there. And then this one we will cut to 4. Since we're going to have 1 inch, we're going to go to 3 inches by 5 1/4. By 5 1/4. We'll have a little bit of an overlap. Save those pieces. Okay. And now I'm just going to add my little pieces, just layer them all over the place. Don't even need to add them all. I'll probably add some sequins. Let's add these Dublin ones. Nice pop of green. There we go. Very easy to do. Lots of fun. Get the pattern paper in there. Again, that is from the new Harvest Festival pattern paper. Lots of fun designs there. Definitely fall themed, fall colors there. We have the new Dublin sequins, which are kind of like, I think of Granny Apple Green when I look at them. So lots of fun there, but there's also some lighter colors. And then the new stamp and die set, which is called Fall Finds. So you have the Fall Finds leaves, and then you have the Fall Finds dies, and the This Way Round circle dies I brought in as well. So I'll link everything down below for you. Don't forget about the new inks that were just released as well. If you have any questions, post it down below. If you had fun reminiscing about your childhood, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, guys, and keep on stamping. Bye.